Hey guys, welcome back. Warbomb here, bringing you another episode of our PTCGO live content, people. Now today, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do on the channel, but my curiosity has got piqued, and we're actually gonna go over card for card one of the decks that did really well in Worlds, and it's gonna be by one of my favorite players, Shintaro Ito. So I'm really excited about this one because he's playing Bucephalon. You guys know Bucephalon is probably top 3 for my favorite decks. I usually play like 3 decks at a time, and Bucephalon has been one build since its release. It's always been one of my favorite decks to play. It's just something mindless that's just fun and easy to play, and you know, it can take you through tournaments because you're not really exhausting yourself too much while playing like 8-9 round tournaments, things like that. So I really like Bucephalon, one of my favorite decks. And we're going to be going over his deck list for card for card. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to check out our lovely sponsors at Guardian Gaming. Boom. Use code Warbomb for 10% off codes, like usual. Especially with Hidden Fates coming out. Check those out. Hopefully we can do some content on that really soon. It should be coming out in like 2 or 3 days. Let me think. Oh yeah, shout outs to Gumball. He actually passed me this list. I was wondering where it was. It wasn't posted anywhere yet, but like, you know, through the power of science and technology, we were able to reverse engineer his list, and this is what we came up with, Bucephalon GX. So I can't guarantee this is the list for card, but as far as I'm aware, as far as people have been telling me and showing me and whatnot, this is his list card for card. So we're gonna go over it. So we all know Bucephalon. I'm not gonna go over what Bucephalon does or anything like that, but I'm just gonna kind of go over the counts real quick. We got 3 of this, 2 Heatran. Heatran is a card we haven't really showcased on the channel yet. Something I have actually preemptively ordered because I did think Heatran has potential in Bucephalon for a long time. So I'm actually glad I ordered these because now I don't have to worry about buying too many. Although I only ordered 1, I never thought I'd play 2 in a deck. But Ito's playing 2, has that Burning Road ability. Once during your turn, if you move this Pokemon from your best to your active, which is really easy in this deck since the majority of the cards have a 1 retreat cost, you may move as many energies from your board to this Pokemon as you like, essentially. So it's pretty handy because it has the attack Hot Burn, which does 50 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon, and it's a GX attack. Obviously, the reason why we play this is because that GX attack can be really handy in a lot of different scenarios. Not only can this card alone play around what's it called? The Guardian's Fairy ability charm, the Ultra Beast charm, which is good because we need a different attacker. But you can take a huge knockout with Hot Burn GX. Very, very handy because you know you're the GX attack, and Bucephalon only takes 1 prize. Quote unquote takes 1 prize. This one can take pretty much 3 prizes in the majority of the matchups you're using it in. The only downside about Heatran GX, which is why I haven't actually pulled the trigger and using it in any of my decks yet, is that it's gonna get revenged. In most matchups, it will be revenge knocked out, and whenever it is revenge knocked out, then you lose all those energies that you had attached. So that's never that great. But if you can like manipulate your board, have like a bunch of Naganadels down before you do it, it's not as punishing. But yeah, Heatran GX is pretty cool. 190 HP as well, something to keep in mind. I think it has the same weakness, also water. 3 retreat cost is also pretty annoying because you don't have a way to switch around in this deck. Like essentially, if you start with your Heatran, you have to attack with it. You don't really have much of a choice. You're gonna have to be playing Welders, attaching energies to the Heatran, and eventually use the attack because it feels really pointless to retreat it unless you have 3 Nagas down. 1 Dedenne, 1 Mew. We got a 2-2 split of the Poibles. I mean, I guess he didn't really know which one he liked the most, so he just played it with 2 of each. I'm not against it. I mean, they're both pretty useful attacks. Eye Opener can sometimes be good. Sometimes that poison damage can put things in range. If you have if a Reshizard takes 2 poison ticks and they are now, you need 1 less energy to take a knockout on them. So there's sometimes the poison math can be nice. I do like the spit poison one overall more. I did have a good 3 months testing the Eye Opener one, and I just found that even though it's nice to know where your prizes are and what you got to take, I've always preferred the spit poison. Honestly, if I want to look at my prizes, I think Beast Ball is a card that is worth trying as well. Let me double check what Beast Ball, if it makes you shuffle your prizes or not. Look at your face down prize cards. You may reveal an Ultra Beast card and find that, put it into your hand, and put Beast Ball in its place. So you do have to shuffle your prizes when you use Beast Ball. So never mind, not as good, but something to keep in mind. And of course, we are playing 3 Naga for Charge Up and 2 Naganadel GX. One thing I am personally proud of is that although our lists are vastly different, at first, like his play style of his deck list is extremely similar to mine. We pretty much run the same amount of Pokemon. I mean, he's playing these Pokemon that you can Cherish Ball. I'm personally not playing Cherish Ball, but we have the same Poipole line. He's playing one less Blacephalon than I do. So his whole deck strategy is what I was trying to do with my deck, which is Welder a bunch and Ultra Conversion a bunch. So I think that's a really cool idea, really cool, and I'm glad that he's doing it, because that's what I think this deck's. This is where I think this deck is going to go in the future. I feel like this is going to be the most powerful way to play this deck, not relying on playing Communications to get things like your Ditto or your Meowth to reliably get Persian, because it's pretty inconsistent, while you have all the search in the world for your Nagas and getting Ultra Beasts into your hand and discarding them and drawing more cards and using that draw combos to get like your B-strings and Communications and stamps and stuff like that. Because like in a perfect world, right, you use Naga once, Heat Factory once, and Welder once, and you are discarding energies, discarding an Ultra Beast, and drawing and attaching 2 cards while also drawing 9 cards in total, right? And that's assuming you only use 1 Ultra Conversion. Like, you can actually draw a lot of cards when you play this way, and when you draw a lot of cards, if anybody's played Zoroark, you know that if you draw a lot of cards, things just happen. Good things happen. So going over the list, he's only playing 3 B-strings. This is where like the red flag starts hitting in my head. Like, I'm not a big fan of this. One thing I was thinking about was maybe upping the B-string count to 4 and dropping the custom catcher count to 3, because what I found is that when you're playing Blacephalon, you only really care about using custom catcher probably like once a game. Otherwise, you GX, you like attack what's in front of you a few times. You can even snipe with Naga, which is another thing that we both have in common. We both play the exact same energy count from my list and his list. He's playing the 14 fire, 1 psychic, 1 beast, just like I do in my list. So that's kind of cool. I mean, like, you know, it always makes me happy whenever like something that I came up with my own testing, something similar happens in such a high, like he made 2nd at Worlds. It's kind of ridiculous, you know? So I think that's pretty cool. People always have yelled at me about my deck list being bad, and it's just kind of like self-gratification, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys don't mind me stroking a little bit, my ego a little bit. Anyways, 4 treasure, standard stuff, 1 stamp, and here's where our lists are different. He does play the Cherish Balls. I actually don't play Cherish Ball, but that's because I don't play the Dene and Heatran. If I was playing these cards, Cherish Ball would go in. He is only playing 2 Ultra Space. He's not playing any of the Giant Hearth or whatever, and he's playing 2 Ultra Space and 1 Heat Factory, which is fine. For Cynthia, he's playing 1 Hapu. I'm not really sure how I feel about Hapu in this deck list. I mean, it does technically help you dig, which is cool. I'm not a big fan of discarding the cards, because a lot of these cards are kind of important in this deck list. Like, if you think about it, you kind of want to keep your Ultra Beast around for Ultra Conversion. You don't want to lose your B-strings. You don't want to lose your custom catchers. You don't want to lose your stamp. You don't want to lose your stadium. You don't really want to lose any of your supporters. So I'm not actually a huge fan of Hapu, and from what I saw on this, because I watched, I think, most of his streams, most if not all of his streamed games, then he's always discarded Hapu. I don't think he's even used it once while in the streamed games of these. So I mean, Hapu, it seems like a cool option to help you dig for B-strings on that important turn, but it's a one-of, and I don't know, I'm in the air about it. 1 Lily. Very strange to have just 1 Lily, but that's fine. 4 Welders, because that is what makes Blacephalon good. Like, if you think about Blacephalon, like the way I've been thinking about it recently is that Blacephalon has the most ridiculous energy acceleration like in the game. You have from the deck using B-string, from the discard pile using Naga, and from the hand using Welder. Everywhere in the game you can attach energies from. It's actually kind of ridiculous how much energy you can swarm on the board playing a Blacephalon deck. So that's why I feel like Welder is like a must for in like these new age Blacephalon decks, like post-rotation Blacephalon. And not many people actually agree with me there, but I actually think 4 Welders are so important in Blacephalon, because drawing is not as hard anymore, so you don't need to play like a hardcore draw supporter like you used to, especially if you're playing the Dene. That can help you draw as well. And just being able to attach extra energies, meaning that you can set up a Blacephalon out of nowhere, is just so good. And that's like 1 Welder is a free 100 damage if you're playing a Blacephalon deck. So I mean, that adds up. And then of course the energy split that I talked about earlier. Let's go ahead and get a couple of games though. Should I discard them? Yes, I have not. There we go. Let's go ahead and get a couple of games. I actually haven't tested this deck at all. I really want to test if, you know, things like the Heatran work really well. Let's see. because I haven't tested the Cherish Ball build. I mean, I have a little bit here and there, but overall I kind of liked having like multiple Ultra Space instead, because Ultra Space kind of work like Cherish Ball. And I got to a point where the reason why I stopped playing the multiple GX build was because if you lead them, it puts you so behind that it's ridiculous. Like, you can kind of get away with leading Heatran. If you lead the Dene, that's like a super feels bad. Your bench space is so limited in this deck. You know, there's a lot that could go wrong if you just don't lead the right Pokemon. And the fact that he's playing 3 Blacephalon, like beforehand I played 3 Blacephalon, which is fine because we had, you know, cards like Guzma and stuff beforehand, so I didn't really need to play 4. But post rotation, I immediately buffed up to 4. You want to lead with it more often. This is exactly, I just spoke it to life. And we even have 2 Cherish Balls, and now we can't draw out of this hand because we led the Dene. So all right, guys, we're back. Sorry for the cut there. I unfortunately unplugged my mic, so yeah, I gotta be careful. It's all good though. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next game. Whew. All right, so I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about this deck list yet. It's very strange, for sure. It's very cool though. I definitely think it's interesting. I think it's one of those decks where I have to get practice in. But I will say in the last game, I cut it out because it was kind of a bad game. But I led with the Dene, and I was talking about how leading with the Dene could like take your whole game downhill. And who was that a complete fact? But this hand's not great either. We're playing against Lost March. I mean, whatever, we top deck Cynthia, so we'll just go ahead and do that. So Lost March, I mean, it should be a fine, I mean, it's probably not gonna be the best, but we can attack with Nagas, we can snipe. It won't be the end of the world. We did get both of our Dragon Naga stuff in our hand though, which is actually not super great. I think I'm just gonna pass though, grab Dragon Naga next turn to evolve, and then Cynthia, and that'll help us dig a little bit more. I would like to use Welder, but I don't think that's gonna be a thing. The low stadium count kind of feels weird, especially since like one of Blacephalon's good qualities is its like different stadiums that it could use to full advantage. Like Ultra Space is just ridiculous search. If you're playing the Welder build, then not playing Giant Hearth seems really, really good, but he's not playing that either. We'll see though. Lost March isn't, oh, he's playing Lost March with Blitzel, interesting. All right, cool, well, we'll see what happens, I guess. Let's see if he gets rid of it with anything. I mean, we play, I think, 9 supporters altogether, maybe more. No, we play 10, because we play Hapu as well. That's a pretty nice top deck. Let's go ahead and Dragon Naga, let's check out the deck. We have a Dragon Naga Pride, which is not super great. We have all of our Blacephalons, the Dene, all of our Heatrans. We do have 1 Poipole, 1 Baby Naga prize. So our prizes are 3 Ultra Beasts, but that's not too bad. I'd rather have the majority of my energies in the deck. We are 1 energy in the prizes as well. So we have 1 energy and 3 Ultra Beasts so far in the prizes. As far as Welders go, what's my Welder count looking like? We have 1 Welder prize as well. So we know 5 of our prizes. So far it's not looking the best, but I mean, I'd rather have energies in the deck and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and, I mean, I could just attach the Beast energy here and just take an immediate knockout. That might be the best play. I mean, I have the Psychic energy in the deck, so once Beast String is active, that's gonna be really good for us. I think I will just evolve. I mean, we're actually kind of low on Ultra Beast, so I should be careful with how I evolve my Pokemon. But this hand's actually really good. We don't have any fire energies down there yet. All right, perfect. So we can grab another Poipole here. I don't really have to do too much else here. I can maybe, I mean, we are really low on Ultra Beast, so I shouldn't just toss my Poipoles right now. I should evolve them. And this will be like a free knockout, which is great. Then if he takes a knockout on us, we can Hapu, try to find another Beast String and go from there. But yeah, I'm just gonna go to Mind Blown. I wanna keep the energy on this one for attacking, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one here to take a knockout. Luckily that Beast energy came into play, so we don't have to worry about getting rid of too many energies. So that's good. There's a Dragon Naga, we can totally discard that. I mean, we can keep our Dragon Nagas around, but I don't think we'll ever need more than 1. I mean, 1 good bench snipe could be useful, but I don't even think we'll ever need to bench snipe. So this is like where it's gonna be kind of annoying, because if he does like go off and take a knockout here, then That could be really bad for us because we don't have the Persephone on the board. We would be relying on Naga here. Of course, we don't really mind too much because we're going to be attacking with this Naga for sure, because it knocks out everything on his board. But being able to like knock out Zebstrika is going to be really, really nice for sure. So we'll see what happens. So far, he doesn't really have too much going on. He lost a grass energy, which is good because he's dex play limited grass energy. He's also losing a Brock. I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, I mean, like, we have a really nice start here. My opponent's playing, yeah, there we go. There's a scoop. So we actually had a pretty good start that game. Like, Cynthia kind of came clutch. So that's good. I am interested in the lack of Lilies though, because I've always been like of the opinion that I don't think Lily is as good. I don't think you only play 2. I don't think you only play 1. I do think you play like 2, but I guess if you're not really looking to find them turn 1, then why even play them at all, you know? All right, guys, back for another game. Let's see if we can get a good game this time. I just went against a bunch of people that like scoops or I disconnected, so I'm kind of like right now. I've been recording for 50 minutes, and I think you guys have only seen 1 game, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. We'll make it work. We always make it work. It's just annoying because like I'm only recording because I can't sleep right now. It's like near midnight for me, and I still have to go to work tomorrow. And I'm just like, I want to at least, you know what I mean? Because I almost like scrapped this entire video. Then I was just like, I mean, I already recorded something, so I might as well keep going and try to get a video for you guys tomorrow. So this is me working overtime right now. I'm tired. Come on, dude, make your play. I'm sleepy. I want to go home, and I already am home. That's how badly I want to go home. Had a really interesting game versus Spiritomb off camera. So again, having a sniper is pretty cool, and having Baby Mew is pretty cool too. Okay, this is a hand. Who's my lead? We are going second, so I guess we're gonna burst GX turn 1, assuming that we're not playing against a tag team deck. If we're playing against Ability Zard, then maybe we don't burst GX turn 1. Maybe we can always just like confuse our opponent turn 1. We'll see what happens. We are going second though. We might be playing against Ability Zard. Oh, it looks like, oh, it's Green Zard. Ugh. I've never liked Green Zard, so I'm glad Ability Zard is quote unquote better. This is going to be interesting though, because he's not attacking turn 1, which means he can GX me, I guess, and then hopefully I don't find Beast Rings is what he's going to be going through in his head. But because we're playing against this, I kind of want to, and we have the custom catchers, I think I'm just going to GX turn 1. If I can, of course. Stadium Nav, probably the Fine Power Plant early. I don't really know why you want Stadium Nav. Oh my god, what are we playing against? This is not what I thought it was. I was hoping it was Ability Zard so I can showcase the matchup, but I guess not. Cynthia here. I'm just gonna GX turn 1 because that feels like the right play, and this hand is pretty whack. So, yep. Let's see what we can do. What are we losing? Treasure. That'd be nice. Just get like Dragon Naga. Actually, we don't even need Dragon Naga. We just need anything. We need a Cherish Ball. Let's get those Cherish Balls right now. I mean, we're gonna Welder, so I mean, we'll be able to draw something at least, assuming he doesn't knock me out here, which he could technically. Once again, if he's playing Zard, he can just attach Welder, retreat with a switch or something, and then just GX me immediately, and then I'd be kind of stuck because it'd be my B-string turn, but I wouldn't have anything to do. But I would have like 2 P-string turns technically, because I probably just would have benched GX. But he's playing Stadium, some sort of fossil. It might be Aerodactyl. That could be interesting. I mean, if it is Aerodactyl, Welder's gonna be MVP. So that's not bad. Oh, dude, why is my thing up? This thing has been up the whole time. I thought I deleted that. Oh, that's super annoying, actually. Bro, this video has just been a big old mess. Ugh, what a mess. I have my event box up for streams, and it's just been there. So I'm sorry if that was annoying you guys. Alright, let's see. Treasure gets me something I don't know yet. It could give me, yeah, I'm not really sure what to grab with that yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Welder first. I mean, if anything, we can play Custom Catcher here. Alright, so it's gonna grab me something. That something is going to be me losing a catcher, so I can draw more cards. So let me grab a Poipole. Let me grab a Naga. I'm not too sure how useful this is going to be, so I don't want to lose it quite yet. I would like to draw more stuff. This is good. The Beast Energy is good because that means we only have to get rid of 2 energies here to take a knockout. I'm just afraid of what's gonna show up next. Heatran is not super useful, but we can use Heat Factory. I mean, my opponent gets to use it too, but I really need to do something here. Okay. We have Cynthia for next turn, I guess, so it's not the end of the world. I was hoping to find another Blacephalon or something. I kind of don't want to attach this Beast Energy, but at the same time, I kind of do. I'm not too sure how he's going to revenge me next turn, so I kind of feel like attaching the Beast Energy is the right play. Just do this, and we'll just take a knockout here. We only need to get rid of 2. I'm going to get rid of the 2 on my active, of course. 2. That should be 150. So we're taking prizes, or 130, I mean, not 150. But we're taking our prizes. So that's pretty good. I don't really know what we're playing against yet. I'm still interested. I do think it's Aerodactyl. I feel like that's like the only thing it could be. But I'm not too sure yet. Where's my water? My throat's getting parched, man. I've been recording for nearly an hour. So far, I'm pretty like unimpressed with Ito's build though. I played like 3 games, probably. And I do say it is super turbo. Between Hapu and Dedenne, and like the Naga, you are drawing through your entire deck. It's crazy. Alright, it's Arrow. So this thing can just OHKO me. Hit me for 180. Which is unfortunate, but we have B-String, so that's not too bad. We're not on our B-String turn yet, but we can snipe the bench. Probably knock out the Jirachi. And then we can retreat into this one and take a knockout with this on our turning point turn, which is pretty good. I do like that. We do need more than 1 B-String though. So I'm probably not going to attach an energy quite yet. But I do want to attempt. I just need to find a welder, right? A welder would do it, 2 B-Strings would do it. I have a pretty high chance of finding it here, so I'm just gonna go in. B-String first. Oh, whoops, that's not right. Oh god, yeah, my exhaustion is kicking in. Now I have to find a second B-String. So I think I have a higher chance of finding it here right now than after I play Cynthia. Did not find it. Welder can help, but it doesn't give me what I want. Ultra Space, stop my opponent from using it. Grab a, I guess I can keep using Dragon Naga, so that's pretty cool. Let me grab another Dragon Naga here. So I can still do this, that's pretty nice. Heatran might be a good attacker as well. See if I can find it, not yet. Heatran might have to be my backup attacker if I can't find it off the Cynthia. I don't want a Welder, because Welder won't, I mean Welder gives me a lower chance, I think. Maybe. We didn't get Hapu either. Yeah, we didn't, I mean, if I play Cynthia, it gives me a higher chance to find the Dedenne, Cherish Ball, or a B-String. I don't want to attach an energy yet, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to Cynthia. Oh, we got completely boned. Alright, well it looks like we're going to have to use Heatran. At least Heatran can't be OHKO'd, so it's not like the end of the world. This was not ideal though, for sure. Yeah, that was all my mistake too, because I would have been fine if I just would have been all fine if I just attached the Psychic Energy using the B-String, but I just messed up there, so not a big deal. We'll just go ahead and just take our knockouts this thing. I mean, this thing can't be OHKO'd unless you play Shrine, and which is pretty handy, which means we get another 2 knockouts. And if he doesn't take an OHKO here, then we get another B-String turn, which is good. Hopefully we can find it with our Hapu. And that's not a B-String, so pretty good for us. He's a Stampa still, which could be pretty good depending on how we draw. Hapu is back, so it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. We didn't get any Ultra Beast though, but if we find one off Hapu, we can use that to dig a little bit more. There's another triple, he's gonna hit us for a lot. We get to take another knockout until the thing goes down. Bench snipe the bench Jirachi probably, and then I attack one more time. I mean, I'm not really sure how we're gonna approach this game. This is a very weird game because it's just fire fossils. It just kind of seems underwhelming altogether. But it does get the job done for him. If I bench this, it's another GX knockout he can take, so I have to be careful there. But this is a free Naga search, which I should probably do now. No, I'm not gonna do that yet. Let's hop up first. There's the Dedenne. And I guess Stamp, I don't want to lose that. Well, if I play this Dedenne, then there's no point in me not playing down the Bucephalon, and I guess that's a victory. Okay, I guess that'd be fine, because we're gonna dig super hard there. Not really super hard, we're gonna get another 6 cards. So, like, it's whatever, I guess. I don't know, this is a long video, but I'm gonna cut out a bunch of it, so we'll see how it goes. We'll get one more game here. I mean, what were we gonna do there? We were going to attack with Heatran again to take a prize, and then set up a baby Naga to be knocked out while also trying to set up a bench Naganadel GX to snipe the bench for game, pretty much. That and maybe another Bucephalon, but the thing with setting up another Bucephalon, which is why I didn't want to do it, was that he could have just double custom catcher. But if I was gonna play it on the Dedenne, there was no reason for me not to do that, because that was another card you can just double custom catcher. I really just wanted to find B-String or like continue to get welders or something. His hand's whack. There's another reason why I'm like, this deck is so like high roll, right? Because there's so many things that can go wrong when you play this deck. I really want to Dedenne this turn, but there's 2 B-Strings, 2 of my 3. I'm not playing 4, I'm playing 3. So 2 of my 3 B-Strings are prized, which is not great. This game I can probably just get away with the Burst GX early, so I'll just do that. I don't want to lose one of my Dragon Nagas, I don't want to lose a Welder, but like, I'm probably gonna have to lose this stuff unless I top deck really well here. Or unless he plays his own Ultra Space. I guess if he plays his own Ultra Space, we can probably get away with just using Welder turn 1 and just go from there. But I don't think he did, and the Dedenne is there, and he attached return as well, which is great for us. So it looks like he might also be playing the same list, and losing a B-String is good for me. I can't lose B-Strings though in this matchup, so I'm just not gonna Dedenne here. He did play the Ultra Space down for us though, which means that we do get. Not only do we get to keep the Ultra Space down, probably, but we also, with our 2 B-Strings on the board, which is great, but we also get just a chance to put down a Poipole immediately, which is probably the best thing we can do right now. We even top decked one, which is not super great, but whatever. We can play this. I'm actually going to use this Cherish Ball to grab a Bucephalon now, so we can thin the deck a little bit. This way, if he does somehow bump the Stadium and also shuffle my hand in or something, we can still have a chance of finding B-Strings, which is pretty good. Heatran might come into play, not really. I mean, I guess technically if he gets a Beast Energy, Heatran is better than doing anything else. And there's another Poipole, and we can get a 3rd Poipole down. I mean, I guess getting this down is better in this matchup. You know what, actually I'm gonna hold on to that because I think I'm just gonna hold on to it because I could grab more drawing cards. I can draw more cards with Naga. I mean, I'm just going to Burst GX early, I think. But we didn't get a chance to draw any energies, which is kind of whack, but I guess it's not the end of the world. This is Burst GX now. That should help a bit. There's a Habu that could help with B-Strings if we want to, but we're not. Obviously, we're losing it, but it's not a big deal because we already have 2 in hand. I mean, that's already like 2/3 of our B-Strings, right? Yeah, the low count of B-Strings is kind of weird. I kind of understand where he's coming from though, like you don't play as many energies, so by the time you find your B-Strings, you probably attached a bunch already. Probably, quote unquote, but like the whole reason why you play a high count is so that you can find them easier. So I'm not a big fan of the lack of B-Strings, but we'll see what happens, I guess. I was hoping we could find more custom catchers, to be honest, so I can start knocking out his GXs every turn. Because we're not going to be able to play around his B-String, but oh, there's a Dragon Naga. He won't be able to attack with it this turn, so not a huge threat. But I definitely want to have that Dragon Naga around and play down a Mew if I'm ever going to play my own Dedenne, because I really want to knock out this Dedenne. I think that's what I'm going to do next turn as well. I mean, he's going to play Heatran down. As soon as he like knocks out my thing, I'm going to start B-Stringing onto this Dragon Naga and try to snipe that Dedenne, and then finish the game off by attacking whatever I need to, right? But here, I mean, in a perfect world, he's not doing anything this turn. I don't know what he's doing, honestly. I'm gonna Bursting Burn this dude to try to put it in range. Oh, he's just retreating? Oh, I guess he is gonna be able to attack me with Heatran. Is he gonna GX me though? Dude, if he GXs me, that's a huge misplay. He loses all the energies on the board. I guess he can B-string me, to be fair, but it seems like a really risky play. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world, right? If he B-string me, he can definitely revenge me. It's great for him. But I guess he's taking advantage of those early awkward welders. So I guess that's not a bad play. 200 damage. We'll be able to revenge and I'd ideally draw out of this because we definitely need to draw out of this now. You're in a very awkward situation. We can play this down. We can do this to grab probably a second Dragon Naga because I don't want to lose any of my other ones. Unless we really want to dig here, which is definitely an option. Let me grab the other Naga. I want to keep one Naga down for sure, and I want to get another Poipole down, but we'll do this for now. Alright, let's start B-stringing. Maybe grabbing the second Dragon Naga would be good though, because we're relying completely on this Naga now. Alright, let's do this. 1, 2. We have the Psychic Energy prized again, so that's kind of whack, but we'll make it work. It's something I have to keep in mind now though. Let's do this. Oh my goodness, I did that. Oh, this sucks. This is not great by any means. Oh, this is not good. All right, well, we're gonna be revenged pretty hard here, and then we can't really do anything because we already lost 2 Persephons. Yeah, I think we lost this game, boys and girls. Mind blown. Sure, we need to get rid of 4. 1, 2, 3. Do we just get rid of the active one? Because he's probably gonna revenge me. Yeah, he's definitely gonna revenge me. I'm just gonna get rid of the active one. Well, hopefully these 2 prizes help. Because now I'm in like a really big bind. There's a Psychic. That could be useful. I mean, not really. We have to top deck Welder if it's going to be useful. Having Heatran isn't bad, but it's not actually a good card anymore since we can't GX. So actually, it's pretty bad. I'll take it back. Alright, so we need to find Welder now. The deck's pretty thin, so I guess the odds are in our favor. I do think I'd rather play Pokegear than play Lily in this deck, to be honest. From the looks of it, at least. Or an Erica or something, like over the Lily. The one of Lily seems super random. Let's see if he finds his B-strings. Yeah. I guess that's the only one he's found, because I don't think you would use your Ultra Conversion unless you found them prior. So he's going to set up another Persephone that can just take a knockout next turn, so... This is really bad. I mean, he has to get rid of 4 energies here, so it's nothing in the world, especially if he only found 1 B-string. But, I mean, our only way to get rid of B-string turn here is to knock out the Dene. And that's 2 Dragon Nagas, so that means he's only going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he has to get rid of 3, so 1, 2, 3, leaving him with 3 more on the board. 1, 2, 3. He could win the game, but if I attack with this Naga... Oh, never mind. Now he definitely has the game. That's really bad for me. Yeah, that's pretty much game, right? I don't think I can beat this. Yeah, I don't think I can beat this. Okay, well, we lost the mirror. I mean, it's his list, right? It looks like his list. So I guess we lost the mirror against his list. Whew. Maybe I should have grabbed both Dragon Nagas and not rely on, like, Turning Point at all. That could have been a play. But we did not get anything this game. So I don't think we can win. Just trying to look at it real quick. You got rid of the Beast Energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I take a knockout on the benched one, then he has 3 energies on the board. So I would have to get extremely lucky or get like a double custom catcher play or something, which is not looking very likely. Let's Ultra Convert first. I guess grab a Poipole. Grab a Persephone as well. Grab Persephone. We grab Poipole because I think I'm gonna have to win the following turn with having multiple energies on the board. So let's go ahead and do this because we need literally anything here. Double custom catcher into a welder. That's not great. Well, ooh, this is really bad actually. Because we're gonna lose all of our energies, right? I think this is gone. I think this is GG. How many energies have we lost? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we're gonna need to draw extremely well if we're gonna win this game. Well, I guess we technically have a chance thanks to the Dene. Oh boy. How are we gonna win this? We need double custom catcher into welder fire energy into double welder, honestly, because we're gonna have to take a knockout with a Persephone. right? Because we're gonna have to knock out this one. Oh boy. So welder, retreat, attack with this one. Now we need way too much to win this game, but we're gonna go for it anyways. I mean, we might have the power of Ito by our side. We don't. We do not. We have Cynthia, I guess. And no, we're not using welder anymore, so I think that's game. Yeah, I don't think we'll come back from this. Yeah, we're just gonna screw this game up. We can't win this game. But anyways, that's gonna be the video. That was ridiculous, man. Yeah, we did not go as ham as our opponent did that game. I mean, we had the tools to win. It's just that after B-String, we drew 4 energies, which is ridiculous, but it's fine. It's okay. It's all right. It happens. That's Ito's list, though. I don't think I'm the biggest fan. I can see the appeal to it, but I don't like the numbers. It feels really unsafe. It feels like the kind of deck that you go to a tournament and you're just gonna run hot the whole time. And if you run hot the whole time, you're unbeatable. But the numbers are really low. Like, I'd rather play 4 B-Strings. I don't think I would need to play 2 Heatrans, because I don't think Heatran is like as reliable as it makes it seem. It does help you get around those awkward welder turns for sure, but I don't think it's as great as it seems. I don't really think I'm a big fan of the Cherish Ball build either. If you're using Dragon Naga, I feel like you kind of need a higher count of Ultra Space so that you can continuously use Ultra Space every turn, and maybe a Ditto to be like a 5th Bucephalon as well. I mean a 5th Naganadel as well, since you already play 5 Nagas anyways. Although you're never going to play down 5 Nagas because you're going to use them for drawing, but you know what I mean. The low count of Bucephalon feels pretty risky too, especially since you're using Bucephalons to draw now. I mean, it's a really interesting list for sure. I might have to play more games with it to see if I like it, but I mean, I've been playing for nearly an hour and a half now, so I'm very tired. I need to go to bed. This video is going to probably be around like 30-40 minutes for you guys, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. Let me know what you think about Ito's list. Let me know your honest opinions. Then try it. I'm a huge proprietor of saying, like, try a deck before you judge it, you know what I mean? You can't just look at the list and go, ooh, it's weird. I mean, you can, but like, you can't like judge a list until you've actually given it a try to see if it works for you. But like, I don't really like in theory, it doesn't seem as reliable to me. I've had lots of games where I've missed. I've had lots of games where I led a Pokemon that I did not like, that completely cost me the game. I've had games where I've had to dig so hard that I'm close to decking myself out, and I have to be super careful with my end game. So overall, it's a pretty good list, but I think I want to try something different. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.